But baby, we're live. We're here for the whatever podcast, companion broadcast, and I'm just watching this right now, and I have dropped at least 17 IQ points. So let's take a quick look and see if you too can lose some IQ points watching this. Jesus Christ. Look at this.
Was paid for having sex. Yes, that's technically a job.
Yeah, that's called sex work.
What I'm stating.
Yeah, I don't see a way around that.
Okay, then fine.
That's
Thank you,
definitely
Andrew.
prostitution.
Finally, fucking Christ.
But like, you're stating it as though it was like your full occupation. Like, that's where I'm just so confused. Like,
Wasn't ever my full occupation.
She's crazy.
You know what?
All right, here.
Well, no. I'll let
Like,
you
do you
finish.
get
I don't want to
like-
interrupt.
as somebody that actually performs sex work, and like,
Her.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Actually perform.
like somebody
I'm
who's
sorry.
actively in it. So you removed yourself from it. You're in
I
tech
have.
sales right
So
now.
that does not
So what
reduce the time that I was in it.
She's in it now.
I am.
Yeah,
So
so I
what
find
I'm
that
saying
she's
as someone
currently-
who's currently and actively in sex work, what I'm
Okay.
asking is, how do you quantify that so differently from what I separately do, or just generally? Because right now you're just generalizing. I did sex work because I got paid to have sex with some random guy.
Mhm.
Okay, so what more of it? Like, you're trying to say, oh, like, I want to help other people understand sex work.
Yeah.
There's multiple meanings to it. I completely agree.
Yeah.
I don't think sex work is fit for anybody.
Yeah.
But I just find it really eluding and weird that you're just stating, oh, it's just a bad thing and I did this. Like,
Yeah.
get to the fucking point about it.
That's exactly the fucking point too about it. Is that it's sex work and it's bad and it's horrible and it's soul crushing for women, and anything that you hear is I'm sorry, it's just not true. I want to ask every woman that is engaged in active sex work, do they know their father, and are they close with their father, and do they have a good relationship with their father? No. I want to ask this because you know what?
And
I
have to
was
do
a
that,
woman.
though. I not to cut you off, sorry.
No,
I
go
do
ahead.
have an active relationship with my father. My father
Is it a
actually-
good one?
Actually, I grew up really well with my father. I actually, unfortunately, was introduced to that style of content prior as a young child because of certain circumstances as a child. But regardless, my father actually really supports me. Ironically, my mother did not support me for the longest time. I'm a Mexican and I'm a white. I'm half and half. My mom is very Mexican Catholic, and for that reason, she doesn't support it. But regardless, my father has always supported me. He supported me from the moment I started working with Penthouse, when I first did my very first magazine with them, the moment that I did Hustler with shoot with Hustler. He was very ecstatic, not because he was interested in it, not because he was sexualizing
Okay, that's
himself.
really weird
but
though. That's really weird that your
he
father's
supported-
excited that you were in Hustler. That's a
You-
very
you can-
weird
you can
thing
try
to be
antagonizing
excited
and
for. I'm
everything.
not antagonizing.
But
I'm
what
just
I'm-
asking. I'm
what
just
I'm
like, that's a
saying-
very weird thing. My daughter's in
Not-
Hustler.
The crazy bitch is real. She's right. This one is right. I mean, that's bad father.
As a younger girl,
Yeah.
what I was always expressed to growing up from my father's side, because I have separated parents, was
Naturally.
that the natural human body, woman and man, is very beautiful, and that is something that I still stand with.
Wait, why would you say
I don't
naturally
know,
to her parents being separated?
because I'm Mexican white, or what are you presuming? Because you're
No,
saying that-
definitely not Mexican and white, but that's fine that went that way. No, because you're in sex work. So usually it's probably not a two-party
I
household
actually
that you grew
have.
up with.
I actually know
There's
a
probably
lot
a
of
divorce.
different actresses in the sex community who
They have
their
a, that
parents
that have
together.
they have a mom and dad that is their biological mom and dad
do you know the
that are
statistics of
married
it? Do you-
together. I've read and I've seen and I've witnessed and I know many people.
I'm just like, you have no statistics of it. You're just using background knowledge and assumption.
Yeah, I am.
Yes, my parents are separated. My parents are separated because they literally just could not fucking handle each other. That's all it really was. They were never even in
Well,
a
that's
married
typical, yeah.
relationship. Regardless, if that's your presumption of that every single sex worker
I'm not
it
even
comes from a
leftist.
separated family, then so fucking be it. But
Oof.
it doesn't seem to say
She's angry.
that regardless that you have any reason to bicker at and fight at that, oh, she has a terrible relationship with her father. I'm clearly a fucking person out here saying, no, I have a great relationship with my
Yeah,
father.
your dad
He's-
loved you in Hustler.
What the fuck is your problem? Because clearly what I'm stating
Nothing.
is
I'm-
the back essence of why he supported me, why that was being supported by my father, not my mother. My father taught me from a very fucking young age that, hey, all women bodies are beautiful. Why? Because my grandmother herself also always taught him that. She was a single mother. It came down from the realms of, she was always teaching him one knowledge and he taught himself to me. At the end of the day, obviously, no parent wants their child in sex work. No parent.
Well, it
I
sounds like
understand.
your father did.
He was just supporting her
He
because
was
she's a
supporting her.
grown up,
'Cause
and
I'm
he
an
saw
adult.
she was in a thing and said,
Thank you.
"That's what she's doing. She's a grown up," and I support it. Not, she said it wasn't sexual,
Yeah,
and he wasn't interested in it. He was just encouraging her because it's his daughter.
No,
Yikes,
that's
no.
gross.
Yeah,
person.
yeah, but dude, that's weird.
That is weird.
Would you
Very
encourage
weird.
your daughter to do that?
No, but if I didn't have any say in it, I'd kind of like to keep a relationship with them as tumultuous as it might be.
That is like peak white man with no fucking backbone. This is why America's circling the drain, you white fucking pussy.
And kind of separate yourself.
I'm not
from-
dad. I'd like to think of the dad that I would be, where I would go, all right, because like my sisters date guys I don't like, and that's been my whole life. And my rule on it, and you can disagree because I'm not a dad, so I can't speak to this too well, but I always go, that's who she's with. Well, I'm just gonna bear with this, and I speak my
Yeah,
opinion.
but there's a distinction there, right? So if you say,
Right.
well, I can't control who, my daughter goes out with and
Right.
dates and things like that versus my daughter's going on to Hustler. Don't you think there's a huge
He didn't hang the
distinction
poster in
between-
his living room.
No, and
He just
might
kept
as
a
well.
relationship with her. I think she was defending the relationship with her dad because she was said, well, naturally, you must have a terrible relationship with your dad to do these sort of things.
No, I said naturally they're separated and they are.
But you started it by saying, I'd like to ask every girl that does sex
Yeah.
work,
Which-
Yes,
do
and
you
I
know
do.
your dad? And you said it in a very strange way. She was saying, yeah,
and
well,
what's
I
your
know my
relationship with
dad.
your father,
And
and then
Well,
you
that's because
and you were
the stats bear out that many sex workers,
I don't know
in
what
fact, the majority of them do come from broken households.
do.
And if you're a single mom, you're far more likely to be a sex worker, in
Mhm.
fact.
you are.
So these are things which are brought up, I don't think, out of hand. Right?
I don't think so
they're
either.
not.
No, I like all
She's
I,
explaining it. That's all.
Now,
I think
now
all I'm
they're
stating-
on our side, Andrew. Keep going.
Christ.
Okay, all I'm stating is obviously, yes, my father did support me in the sense, just as he stated, because he wanted a relationship with me. The reason I actually am so grateful and beyond blessed that I even have a support from my father is because I immediately left the house with my mom. I was living out there and she was already upset with me over certain other circumstances. For that reason, I left and I decided this is the way and the means that I'm going to arrive to adulthood. I'm going to partake in this, not something that I even agreed with. I grew up in a full Catholic household with my mother. Nonetheless, I never had a relationship with my father as a child at one point.
Well, there
Not
you go.
ne-
Bingo.
not never. Never's an exception. Okay.
Literally what I was saying,
No.
but yeah.
The reason I didn't
Don't
have
you think it's a bit rude
I
to
think it's very
laugh
rude and
laugh at somebody
the-
who just said
the
what
reason
she
I did
said?
not have
Yeah,
a relationship.
literally.
The
Yeah,
reason I
probably.
did not have a relationship with my father during high school is because my father was
It's not
diagnosed
something
with
you
a brain
laugh.
tumor. He was not.
he was
fucking,
he was what I'm
he
saying.
was diagnosed with a brain tumor. I was not able to fucking see him because he was literally in the hospital all fucking day, all fucking time.
Oh.
So that's actually one of the reasons I was not able to see my father.
During your childhood.
I said no. I said childhood. I said high school. I corrected myself. and I
Okay,
said
okay.
high school.
That is childhood. To be.
It is. It is. It is.
Okay.
But regardless, to be laughing and trying to poke at the bear and saying,
Never.
"Oh, this is the norm," it's not. My circumstance was not the norm. My father was diagnosed with a fucking brain tumor. That's not normal. It shouldn't be normalized.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
sad. It's
yeah,
heartbreaking.
yeah. It's horrible.
It's also hard to to try to diagnose her like you're doing. So it's like,
Not at all.
well, in a way you are.
No.
Verbally you are, and socially you are. It's
No.
just and also to go well, yeah, statistically, statistically.
Who is this guy and why? Who is this guy? Somebody tell me whose man's is this, bro?
That she
Yes.
didn't have that's you can't go big.
Why not?
Having two parents doesn't magically make you have a great life.
Actually, it does.
Statistically, it does.
But
No, it really
in a
doesn't
lot of
at
ways you
all.
could.
Statistically,
I'm
it
just saying
does.
you can't just say it like
Because you have
as
two.
blanketly as you're
statistically,
doing
it
It's
does.
No,
crazy.
statistically is wrong because if you have two parents in a household does not mean it's healthy at all.
Well,
Like,
it's
there's
more
a
likely
lot-
to be.
More
yes.
likely to
In a lot of ways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
More
Thank
likely
you.
that
Oh,
if
but
you
now
come
it's
from
a
an
lot of
intact
ways.
two-parent
So when a guy's
household,
when
your
Andrew
chances
says it,
of
it's in a lot of ways.
criminology,
Are
your
you
chance of
subscribed
sex
to
work,
Emily?
your chance of
Let
any
him
of these
talk.
things
Sorry, Andrew.
drastically decrease.
Sorry, Andrew. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I don't think we got any of what Andrew said.
Yeah, I'm
No,
sorry. I
was
totally
I'm
cut you off.
sorry. I was just saying that she is right that if you come from a intact two-parent household, your chances of criminology,
chances.
your chances of
Chances.
all of these things
chances.
drastically reduce. And this includes your chances of being involved in sex
Well,
work.
then maybe explain it better.
I was
If
just
you're
gonna
upset that I'm
say-
agreeing with him, maybe you instead of condescendingly going, "Bingo, doesn't have a dad."
Oh, I don't like the way you said that. This dude's feminist. Who is this dude? Whose man's is this? Somebody in chat. Who is this guy?
You're speaking.
Right.
It's pretty
Abrasive.
Rude.
pretty
It's a tone issue.
It's really
very
abrasive.
immature is what it is.
Oh,
It is. It's not a nice way to talk about people.
okay.
You don't know her.
No,
I don't have any,
No, but I
any
kn- but I
positive
know- but I
opinions
know
about sex
of
work
her.
either, but I can still respect a
but I
person
know of her.
in
Wait,
a
can
room.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
And I'm not asking this as a form of attack or insult, but purely out of curiosity and inquiry. And again, I'm not trying to ask this to be insulting or prying or whatever. Do you have any cluster B personality disorders?
Totally, probably. Yeah.
Like BPD, borderline personality
Probably,
disorder?
yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
What does that
Bingo.
mean? Probably.
Bingo.
He's asking. He's
No,
asking
have you been
specifically, like, have you
diagnosed?
been diagnosed? Have you
No,
been
not
diagnosed with
officially,
it?
no.
Not officially.
No.
Unofficially? How would you unofficially
I'm
diagnose?
diagnosing.
Do you take
She's
any?
diagnosed,
do you
but I
take-
can't diagnose her with this single family causing her to be on OnlyFans.
Are you bipolar?
No, I'm not. I don't actually. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist.
Well, that's why we're thinking troll.
I'm going to show you the red flags that I see real quick.
Yeah.
And everyone else.
I think it's like, regardless of like my job or whatever I do, whatever I'm doing now or not, I think it just shows your true personality and true intention is to actually troll, because whether or
There's
not
no
I'm saying
troll.
that I'm doing sex work or I'm
This
a
is the
fucking
red flag
construction
here.
worker for something,
Look.
I just actively
You
told you
wouldn't
guys
be.
and I confided in you
Posting
guys
something like this.
and the internet that my father had a brain tumor. Instead of looking at me and actually showing me any sort
Human
of
compassion.
compassion or remorse for your words that you already had previously stated for whatever reason,
Yikes.
you just said, sorry,
Bingo.
bingo.
Like, that's rude as fuck.
That's
Yeah.
bullshit. Like, I'm sorry, but who the fuck thinks like that? Other than
Me.
a fucking troll.
Well, I don't know. Like, I can't see you guys, but
She's got
some of the
crazy in
points
her
that
eyes.
she made were valid points. I'm
Thank
gonna
you,
admit it. I
Andrew.
mean, she made some valid points.
Thank you, Andrew.
I think you can find statistics for those things. Yes, I agree with the statistics. The statistics.
said what?
I don't agree with the way she's conducting.
Exactly.
herself.
Talking
Oh.
to her like she's
Oh.
So that's
a
all.
statistic
That's all I
is
was
weird.
commenting.
Agree, and I appreciate that.
What a
so
freak
much,
show.
Because at the end of the day, yes, statistics does pertain to the number
Yeah,
of
she
people
was
and
right.
pertain to the percentages of all these things out of a fucking outcome. But
I'll tell you this, bro. Right here, this crazy bitch, this pussy is fire, bro. I'll tell you 10 out of 10, but stay away.
For people.
you're actually looking at me as a human being. You're looking at me as a fucking soul. So why don't you continue on and treat me properly with some sort of remorse and respect, because I'm sharing the reasoning for either my circumstances or my family life or my reasons for doing a job or anything of that sort. I haven't laughed or mimicked at you.
I appreciate that.
You just continue being a cunt. That's practically what you are.
Oof,
I feel
anger.
like an apology is in order.
Not gonna get one from me.
That's fine.
She's crazy.
I
I
think
like
in
it.
comedy sometimes
She's
people go
based,
like,
though.
"Oh, you're a
She is
comic.
based.
You must have things that are like, you must be real fucked up, right? You must have a crazy childhood, want to be a stand-up comic, you know." And then we go, "Yeah, because you can find it with anything, right?"
Who is this
And
guy?
then you could like do that with bread truck drivers. You could be like, the bread truck drivers come from divorced homes. Well, those statistics
Likely
have
probably
weight.
are.
But to just try to go blanketly bingo, her parents are separated, so
Yeah.
she must want to
Bingo,
masturbate
bingo,
for
bongo.
money. Doesn't make like it. I don't think that's a bingo. Like I don't.
But
really
it
not.
is. But
don't
it
say- you
is.
don't say
You're
something
really not
excited,
eating the way
like,
you think you
she's
are.
not Quinn. I think
You're
you
really
mean
not.
like a psych evaluation.
Here's my analysis.
Yeah.
She is sort of reveling in her own, I suppose, a reverence. You're incredibly coarse. You're incredibly abrasive,
And
perhaps intentionally.
I think she might have she might actually have narcissistic personality disorder.
Their guests. Again, it's not clear to me though if you're doing it to troll. Like, why now you're
Okay,
shaking now she's shaking her head.
No, I'm listening. So
Oh,
that's-
you're-
this
you're-
is me, this
oh,
is me
okay.
liking.
I thought that was
Chat, who is this dude right here? Does anybody know who is this guy? I need to know who is this soy dude next to. Like, he looks like a fucking a more feminine clone of fucking Brian.
is actually starting to you're
Yeah.
you're winning them over. Maybe. Wait,
She's winning me over. She's winning me over.
She-
She
Andrew,
Andrew, she's
I've been on
winning
your
you over,
side
bro.
since day one, Andrew.
oh my,
Thank you.
Let's keep going.
Is
I
she-
think it's for attention.
yo, Davon Jackson, good
You
to
have
see you
your
in the
tits
chat.
out.
bud.
What do you mean for attention?
Oh my gosh.
Who has their
Okay.
tits out?
Here,
A, B, and C.
Most of the
A, B, and C.
last thing
It's
thing
a
on your
shirt.
notes here.
We're just not.
rude blonde is right. ABC.
Yeah, okay. In your
Hi.
notes to us, you said
Yeah.
you're very traditional. You're from Ukraine.
Yeah.
You're Ukrainian. How long have you been in the U.S.?
God, I came here when I was like 5 years old.
Oh, okay. So you okay?
Yeah. So I grew up in America. Yeah.
Okay.
My whole entire family.
You're a citizen.
I became a citizen when I was 15 years old.
Okay. You say you like men to take care of everything, even if I make more than them, which I typically do.
I do.
What do you do for work again?
Tech sales.
Tech sales. Okay. You're traditional.
I am. Yeah.
Yet, earlier in the conversation and in your notes, you said you were a radical feminist. So traditional radical feminist don't really go together.
You're
Do you know what
totally right. You're totally right. I think I probably should have clarified more. I think I'm radical feminist in a lot of ways. Like I mentioned earlier, I think in terms of like transgenderism, I'm very much a radical feminist, what they would label me as.
Okay.
I love second wave feminism. I hate the third and fourth wave. Fourth wave is debatable that we're in now, but yeah, I don't like it. But yeah, I'm traditionalist.
But I'm not sure if you're that traditional. Like,
in what way? What do you think I'm
for
not?
example, granted, you have been invited on to a sort of a dating debate show to debate. So, but you are very combative in your demeanor. And I'm going to give you some, I forget the exact term.
We love the blonde.
You're going to give you some leeway. Right?
Well, yes, because if I've invited someone specifically to debate, I anticipate that they're going to be engaged in a debate with me. So it's not like
no, 1000%.
But you did sex work.
Yeah.
You consider yourself to be a radical feminist, which
in some degree, it's a bit nuanced.
But so that's where, like, how do you reconcile being a traditional woman with you have a history of sex work?
Yeah.
Was it?
That's a great question.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but was it? So you did prostitution?
Well, that's basically what
the sugar
that era
daddy.
was. Yeah, the sugar daddy. There is no such thing. They sell you a lie. At least back then. I know OnlyFans now you can spread your ass without touching a man and make $400 a week. That's what's normal now. I'm not claiming that's what you do, and God bless. But back then with seeking arrangements, yes. So if you're going to be on seeking arrangements, there's no such thing as going on a date with a guy and thinking that you're not going to have to touch the motherfucker, for, money. You're going to have to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So in turn, yeah, like absolutely. But that is 100%. They are paying for sex. You think you're going to get a dinner out of it? Maybe the first 2 times. But if they want to keep seeing you, you're going to have to fuck them. That's the reality. And that's a really shitty reality. And it's very hard.
Reality.
Well, have you ever fucked a man for money?
Nope.
So then
No.
shut the fuck up. So what I'm trying to say is
She's
right
crazy,
now
bro.
I'm a woman who's 25 years old. I make a lot of money.
How much you make? Why don't you tell us how much you make?
This year, if my deal closes, I'll make $260,000 this year.
If your deal closes.
Yes.
What if your deal doesn't close?
I'll make probably 210.
Okay.
So it's
despite the fact that you're a 1% earner,
yeah.
you still want the guy to
not a 1% earner. Over 500K.
Men to take care of everything.
I think you asked a really good question. If you don't mind if I go back to that.
Sure.
You said a question, you go, how do you reconcile your past essentially and then being a traditional woman? I struggle with that every single day.
You don't have much grace for people that do it now, I'll tell you that.
Right.
Literally at all.
Right, exactly. So how are you someone that is a woman that has such a past and then is coming into now men will look at me and they'll go like, what was your past? And I will tell them I'm an open book. I'm an open book now.
Okay, pretend you're on the first date with Jeff, and Jeff's like,
Jeff.
hi,
Who
I
is
want
Jeff?
to know your past.
I wouldn't say on the first date.
Okay, so pretend it's the third date, and
Okay.
pretend you're on it now, and pretend you're not on the podcast.
Jeff
Yeah.
It's
died.
being live recorded, and this
Yeah.
is
Go.
So
Comedian?
Play.
do you have a bullet list? Can you just like give us the bullet list of all the things you would feel the need to disclose to a future partner of like, by the way, I was involved in a train. I was in a train. There was a train. I got a train ran on me. Is that one of the things you might disclose? Choo choo, motherfucker.
I never did any chewing. I never did any of that. But I think that it is like very important that I think it is important. I don't.
Yeah, what did you do? I'd like to know.
I
what you
don't
did.
want to.
Just while we have this nice dinner here.
Here, wait, let me get the champagne. Hold on.
Yeah.
Go.
Please.
A drink.
Yeah.
Is there actually champagne?
We do have champagne.
No,
but
wait.
let's
Can we
not-
have some?
A drink would hit
Yes,
so
we can.
fucking good right now.
You're not 21, sorry. I'm not gonna. You can't.
Oh, I would love
understand.
some champagne. We can.
Nah, I mean, if somebody wants to do somebody in the chat, there is a champagne trigger. Read
Oh,
the-
there
Wait,
you
and that
go.
would make
There
us
you
have
go.
champagne?
I can't
Yes.
imagine her
Dear
drunk.
Jesus,
don't
please.
want
She'll show her tits, or one
Can
of
one
them
of
will.
your simps
So-
or whatever?
Yeah,
Now
I'm
it's
gonna about someone
Allie.
else.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
don't
they
say
may,
that.
they
You said
may.
that you had a
No,
date.
don't fucking say that
They
shit.
won't.
Yeah,
They won't.
don't
They may.
say
Then
that.
they won't.
You're
They
the only
won't.
one who said that you had a sex pass, so you
Yeah,
probably
so
would.
why are you
but
gonna
why
bring that
are you
up
coming
at
for
her?
so much for her?
I don't even get it.
I'm not.
don't
This is-
I was so nice to you in the
When I-
beginning.
This is approaching a boiling point. So, one of these girls may hit her. That's what I'm reading right now.
I'm doing this because I want to be famous. So
Oh,
I'm
wow.
like, that is
1000%.
true. She wants to be famous. I never.
What's the
shared that.
tea, Mia?
She,
That's the
she
What's
tea.
the
was-
tea?
She was an actress. She didn't succeed, unfortunately. She's being
Oh,
failed.
failed?
To be
I was a
soon in
failed actress.
January,
Correct.
March,
My
I
biggest
think.
movie's on Tubi.
On
Okay.
TV. It's
No,
coming
other
out.
people
It's just she
talk.
wants to be an actress.
I
and
don't
she
even
wants
know
to
what
be
it's
famous.
called.
That's fine. But I just think it's really interesting that you're coming at me so much because I
I'm not
really,
coming
I'm
at
not-
you specifically.
You really are, though.
You really are. Like it's.
I think
you're not
maybe
just
you
coming
feel
at-
that way, but I think I kind of
Look,
spoke on a
If
lot
I
of people.
feel that way,
Well,
it's
let
a little
me
too
come
much.
after her just a little bit, if you don't mind. I was curious because every time you're asked a question, this is the gal who was a prostitute.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you're asked a question on how you reconcile your traditional values with
Yeah.
modernity and how you think about things in modernity, you just kind of restate the question and then run away from the question.
Okay, so
Can
can
you
you
actually
do that?
answer the question?
Yes. Do you mind re-asking, and I'll be like completely like at face value with it?
Yeah. So how are you able to hold the viewpoints that you have right now for what you consider to be traditionalism as the path going forward and something that you value, even knowing that you were essentially a prostitute and you seem to be against feminism, whereas at the same time you agree that feminism has led to the culture of modernity that you don't like.
Mhm.
And without restating it to me, can you actually answer to how you reconcile those things?
Yeah, 1000%. Whenever I was doing it, I was under the guise that this is what feminism is. I was taking back the power. I was bringing back body. And I think that's what a lot of OnlyFans models would say now. They're bringing back their own power. I am in charge of my own body. I make funds off my body. No other man does. So when I was in it, I thought I was liberating myself as a woman. I thought this is peak feminism. I am doing what I'm going to do and I'm going to get $1,500 for it. I was completely under that delusion. And what I hate is that it's evolved and it is it torments me, I think. And I will never be a true high value woman. I will never.
Yeah, but hang on. Before you move on too
Go.
much into the explanation,
Yeah.
I want to make sure that you actually are hearing the question which is asked. I understand that you say that I fell into this trap of feminism and now
Yeah.
I reject it, but you still don't reject the early feminism which led to that.
Oh,
And this
like
is the
first and second
reconciliation
wave?
that I never actually hear you make is why would you still be supportive of those earlier waves, knowing that the result was you ending up being a prostitute?
1000%. And that's something that I'll never have the answer to. And I don't understand. I agree. You guys can all laugh, but the first wave was to vote and the second wave was to have jobs. The third wave has caused fucking having OnlyFans.
I think I
I'm gonna
understand.
I don't know what the answer is.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I think what is
Well, wouldn't
happening
the
right now-
answer, if you wanted to be consistent, be to say, listen, I have to actually reject those first two waves, knowing that it led to the kind of conditions which led to me feeling like I was empowered by being a prostitute?
Okay, but then that would be saying that
I'll let you
women
come in
shouldn't
just a second.
vote. And I,
Well, I didn't say that.
No,
but
I know.
Let's say it was an entailment that that's true, that it,
Well, if we were to
you
reject
Guys, just so you know, this is a very niche set of crazy bitches. These girls all have glaring red flags, but this chick right here, the Ukrainian girl, is so fucking crazy that she's making these other girls look like saints. This panel is all full of red flags. But yikes.net, yikes.org. And I think she has narcissistic personality disorder and or bipolar or borderline, but she seems to be she's reveling right now in all this attention. She is loving it. And she seems to be having like a manic episode, like when we're having like high levels of mania, where you're like just extremely high energy, extremely happy, extremely like just like coked out on your fucking neurological system not being balanced properly.
2, right?
That was wave 2, exactly.
Yeah,
Was
but
birth
that was a
control
direct
and free sex.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a direct result of wave 1, where the pushing of the original architects of feminism were pushing for that sexual revolution. That's
Yeah.
what they wanted, was that sexual revolution.
Yes,
That was
Spartan warrior.
key to why they wanted these values in women, and then they got that sexual revolution. And you are basically claiming you were a victim of that sexual revolution by buying into the feminist propaganda. So why not just say, I reject feminism categorically? Wouldn't that be the most consistent and logical thing you could do?
Yes, I think you're 100% correct. I would agree with that. Yeah.
So can
I
you
think-
say, I
think-
reject feminism?
Are we using 1,000% scale or 100% scale? Because you've been using a lot of different numbers.
100,000. Yeah, I agree. 100,000%.
100,000% you reject feminism, right?
I think inevitably, I think you have a point. I think it's so easy to kind of look back and then say this was good, but then this was bad. It's the direct result of it, and I think you may be on to something.
All right.
I'd like to learn more about the other people on the show.
I would
Me too.
Same.
Let me get a couple chats and then we'll. Oh, did you? I think you had something, Athena, right?
Yeah, I agree with that. Also the comment.
Oh,
but
NPD? That was my.
I don't know which way to point for that, but
As a podcast host.
I think that if you have that kind of dissonance in you where you had this one lifestyle and then you have this lifestyle that you aspire to and they're so vastly different, you cannot achieve the perfect standard of what you want your lifestyle to be, you're going to lash it out and like not feel good about yourself, and then you're going to put that on people like her.
True. I agree. I definitely can see that.
Oh, I don't feel. I don't want to. I don't look at women like you, and I look at you and I go, oh, she's beneath me. I have none of that in me at all. What I feel for women, I generally don't. When I look at women like you that are engaged in sex work, I feel sorry
Why?
That's so.
because they're engaging in sex work.
Okay.
Okay.
You're not acting like you're sorry though.
Yeah.
Like when I said earlier you should apologize to her and you didn't. That's not you don't feel bad for her. You're not sorry.
I'm not
for
sorry
her.
for my opinion.
No,
Okay.
yeah, it's
Wait, so do you want her to apologize to
And I don't,
me?
and I appreciate, but I don't need an apology from somebody like that.
yeah.
And
That's just like a low IQ thing. I mean, this chick's clearly stupid. If she's not even 21 and she's already this fat, like Jesus Christ, you can only imagine what's going on in her fucking head.
a prevalent past with prostitution or sex
I
work.
love how we're like really like being like sex shaming here. We're like,
You
no,
are.
it's a
It's all you.
It's
Good work, Casey James.
prostitution.
You're the one with the
sorry.
strong opinions about this stuff.
And it's just
I'm
kind of
I'm
like,
just saying
what
that-
are you doing on your OnlyFans? Like, what do you call that? You sext men for fucking to pay your rent. You know what I mean? So it's like you keep saying prostitution.
Why are you assuming what she's doing though?
I could be literally doing just like bikini photos.
You know you're-
no nudity, and like I could be.
You
making
know you're not. We
$5
know
off
you're
those.
not.
How do you know that she's not
We
doing
all
that?
know you're
Well,
How do you know that?
What are you doing? I'm-
What are you doing on there?
I do actually film everything.
We know.
Like it's just
But
like do
you're
you not
talking
recognize
down
that
on
it's
her like
rude?
you didn't just do
I don't
that.
understand like
No,
why-
you guys
So,
are
like,
calling
what's
me
the
a
difference between-
prostitute,
yeah.
which is totally fine.
You
and
named
totally
yourself that.
valid. Totally fine, totally valid. Totally fine and totally valid. But you guys
She's right.
snicker every time someone says prostitution. You go
Because what's the
and everyone-
difference?
That's so fun. You're
No,
so
I'm-
right. You had an OnlyFans. You're current. What are you on?
I've never done anything.
You've okay.
She's 19.
And what are
like
you?
said.
I
Hey,
was 19.
Yeah. What are you
I
doing?
have
What do I do?
That was creepy.
She
What
has
is
an
this
OnlyFans
fucking
on my
show
main
tonight,
source of
bro?
income.
I've got to ask
At
this.
all.
Go ahead, Andrew,
Is
go
that
ahead.
true that you have on your neck a tattoo that says "I am God"?
Yes.
Wait,
What?
wait, where?
You have a tattoo on your neck that says "I am God"
Wait,
We
what?
can
Is it
see her neck.
Wait,
Yes. On my back
Where?
of my neck.
on the back of it. On the back.
where? Wait,
of
how
it.
did you find
Oh.
that?
Oh my god.
On
My
her
Instagram.
Instagram.
Well, that
Oh.
gives a lot.
Yeah.
I am.
I don't believe you at all
From Kanye West.
about anything you've said. if
Yeah,
I'm
can you
honest.
show us that you have that tattoo? On
She
the back?
showed
I
us.
did. I did. I
Should-
can
No,
do
turn the other way. Turn,
This way?
turn this way, and then
Very
turn a little more.
This is why I want to tell you guys too. Okay, look at this chick right here. Look at her. Okay, look at Pork Chop here. Okay, her. I just want to show you guys. This is why you can't sweat these bitches at all, bro. At all. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'd like to present to you 2 exhibits of the upcoming case. First is Exhibit A, as you can see her right here. Okay. This girl is little fatty fatkins. She's got rolls upon rolls upon rolls on her stomach, fat face and everything. And this is her Instagram. Okay. You do not look like this. You see you can always tell by the jawline. See how it's kind of faded here and the pixelation is off? I would be so angry if I had to like drive anywhere to meet with this creature who's advertising herself like this, but really that is what's showing up. Unbelievable. Even this one. Are you kidding me? Yikes. I was looking at this Instagram on my own, like trying to, I'm like, which girl is this? I was like, which bitch is this? And I was just like, wait a minute. Is it? Like, I would be, and look at this. Eyes wide open. You look so sexy. A sky girl, cutie. You're too hot. I'm going to vomit. I'm going to vomit in my own mouth and swallow it and hopefully choke and die. Yikes, bro.
There we go. Yeah, that's good.
I am God and see it as a massive red flag to get us away from you as fast as they possibly could.
Yeah, and then I explain it. And I
Bro.
blame that circumstance.
Add on special. That chick is 19. Imagine her at 25. Dude, she's 19 years old. Holy fucking shit.
Have a tattoo that says "I am God" on your neck. That's cool. Whatever explanation you have, I'm fine with that.
No, they ask for the explanation. They demand it, and I have to give it to them, and I do.
Which is just that I'm in control of my own life.
Yeah, I'm in control of my own destiny.
They
Yeah,
probably
right,
just don't
but-
care that much, really. They go,
That
"All
could
right, yeah,
be the
she's
very
got
case, exactly.
This-
And you think that these are traditional men who say that?
Unbelievable.
The men that I date are typically traditional. Yes, I rarely date ever.
What makes them
Men
traditional
across
if they see a tattoo on your neck that says "I am God," and then they just hear your explanation that, well, that just means I'm in total control of my life.
Yeah.
What are the traditional things that you think these men have? What makes them traditional?
They're typically Catholic. They come from like a long lineage of family pedigrees. They're very big on traditional roles in terms of men being providers and women. Is that Andrew?
So they're
How did he
traditional
come up
because they're
here?
Catholic and they're providers.
How did he do that? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Typically,
So doesn't a Catholic want you to submit to him so you're not in control of your own life anymore?
That's a good question, and I've been in that.
Well, then
scenario.
don't tell me it's a good question. Just
Well,
answer
can I just say it's a good question? You ask good fucking questions, Andrew. Come on.
I know I ask good questions. I just want you to answer them, though. You don't have
See,
to restate them.
That
I don't know.
that's a good way of that's a low level manipulation tactic. How she's like flattering him, trying to win him over. Well, you ask good questions.
Traditional Catholic wants you to submit so that you were not in charge of your own destiny any longer. He was in charge of your destiny and his destiny, which is traditional Catholicism.
Yeah.
How could you possibly reconcile and try to feed us this line that these are traditional men when I
Hold on,
understand
just
how
explain, I
Catholicism works and what they believe marriage is? And it's not a woman with a tattoo on the back of the neck that says, "I am God."
1000%.
This is kind of crazy how it's crazy, but also boring because it's the same thing about different issues. the
I
whole time.
agree. Literally.
Kill me now.
Okay, let me read a couple.
It's true that relationship issues have overlap. That's true.
Yes.
It's like I said earlier, man. Like nothing has all these words mean nothing to her. It's like the traditional guys. You're like, what does that mean by traditional? Well, not
I
necessarily.
mean, she already said
I'm
she was
not
a
a-
I
narcissist.
literally
so it's
just
like
said,
that
I just
none
said
of these
ca-
things
ca-
are,
Catholic men who
it's
feel
like
like
bringing a
have
homeless
those
guy in
titles.
here and
Like, I don't
asking him
need it
to
anymore.
explain his thoughts. It's too hard to
So
follow.
let me.
I don't know, I
I'm
explained
going to
it
do a
pretty
couple
clearly.
chats. I'm going to read a couple chats, and I do think that of all the podcast episodes we've done, this one may very well be analyzed for hundreds of years to come
Jesus.
by various psychological associations. I don't know what kind of deep dives they're going to do, but this is
She already
this
said she
is
was a narcissist, so it's fine.
Tendencies, yeah.
this is great. This could be like, I don't know. This could like, okay. Anyways, all right. I don't even know how. Okay, well, we have way off base here. The blonde is venomous.
Yeah.
The woman who is currently doing sex work is still a damn human being. Andrew, your replies to the situation, BS. He
Ooh.
without sin cast the first stone. Ain't that what he said?
Okay, Andrew.
You have a fascination with Andrew.
I mean, I really do.
Crush on him?
Yes.
Did you want to respond to that, Andrew, or just?
You're a God listening.
Can you just restate the last part of it?
Oh, he just
Quoted the Bible.
Yeah, he said he is who is without sin cast the first stone. Sure, but he also said go and sin no more. So you have to reconcile both these things, which means yes, we're not going to viciously murder people for the things that they do, which I'm not an advocate for, but we can tell them go and sin no more. That's perfectly acceptable. And in order to tell them to do that, we have to point out what they're sinning about, right?
Yes.
Otherwise, how do they know how to not sin anymore?
Right. I agree with that. And as a man of God, like I can sit by
You?
someone who does OnlyFans and respect her as a person while having strong opinions about OnlyFans
Exactly.
without not having eye contact and going statistically, bingo, you don't have a dad. Like I can do it in a very Christ-like way, Andrew.
Have you ever
Oh.
subscribed to OnlyFans?
No.
Wait, what's a very Christ-like way?
Yeah, tell me.
With
Like, would that be
Grace and-
making a whip inside of a temple and whipping people across the face and shoulders? Is that Christ-like to you?
no, that's what they
Yes.
did to him.
That's
No,
what Christ did.
That's what Christ
Christ
did.
didn't whip people. What are you talking
Yes,
about?
Yes,
he did.
he
He
did,
made
you
it with
idiot.
passion to whip and whip people. What are you
He
talking about? You don't know
I don't
that?
remember
You
that.
Christ
Christ
lover.
whipping
Yeah, I'm sure
people.
you selectively remember the things about Christ you
Okay,
want
then
to
just
remember,
explain
which
it
is
to
the
me,
real
Andrew. I don't
good,
know why I'm
feel-good
fighting with
version of
you.
Christianity that doesn't exist.
Uh-oh.
Explain to me the
He's
part
too
where
likable.
Jesus
He's a little
whips
comedian.
people.
You
I
can't
think there
disagree
was
with
a
him, Andrew.
moment in a temple where there was some whipping, and
He
some
turned
He
over
whipped.
tables of cat.
Andrew,
like,
was
what
there
are
any?
you- what are you
There was
talking
like
about?
table.
Flogging?
Was there?
Yeah, but the
Andrew,
chain
Yeah,
collectors,
that's called
he tipped over
flogging
tables.
is whipping.
was there a table
I
tip?
know, but he didn't
Andrew?
flog.
Yes,
Was there
he
a table
did.
tip? I think there might have been like a table tip.
No, he did
I'm
whip
sorry, go
people.
ahead.
Just show me the
Whip-
Bible
Was
verse
there a
where
table tip?
Jesus whipped anyone.
Say that. I didn't.
He didn't flog, but he did whip them.
I mean,
You're
at
asking.
all.
Yeah, it was a conversation between you and Andrew.
Yeah.
Here,
He
okay.
made, okay, you ready?
Yes.
He made a whip out of cords and drove them all from the temple courts. Both sheep and cattle, he scattered the coins of the money changers and overturned tables.
Yeah, chased
So,
them out.
When he made the whip out of the cords, what do you think he did with the
He
whip?
had a whip. Yes, he chased them out of the thing there. They're
How
in
How
the
did he
temple.
chase them out?
With a whip, sir.
Right.
Yeah, with a
Yeah.
With a whip.
Right.
Correct. It's like I have
Yes.
a gun. I don't shoot
Remember,
people with
remember
it. I
Oh,
that
can
time
shut
you
point
the
asked
it.
me
fuck
to give you
up.
the
You
Bible verse?
fucking
yes,
Los
then you did. I don't
Angeles
know why you
guy.
argue
Me to
with me.
concede that what I said was true. Do that.
Okay. Okay, the way Jesus was friends with Mary Magdalene while not maybe appreciating her lifestyle of choice might be a more comparable thing than debt collectors in the temple in the Middle
They
East.
weren't debt collectors.
Why? Because I'm choosing to use an example that works for the
Because-
situation.
They weren't debt collectors. This guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
To uphold
Right.
your simpish worldview.
I don't have a simpish
Exactly.
worldview.
Yes, you do.
You've been kind of a simp this whole podcast.
How? What have I
He's
He's
simped
been
about?
a decent human being.
No
He
one's even
hasn't been
asked my
simp.
opinion on OnlyFans. I have strong opinions, which I've mentioned a few times. I don't like what she's doing to try to get more attention on this podcast by
But
being
I love what the
by
girls
being
next to me is
aggressive to.
doing.
No, I was respecting everyone. That's what how these conversations remain like that are productive in my
Shut up, dude.
Excuse
experience.
you. No, I
Well,
didn't.
they would be a lot more productive if you weren't very selective in the things that you chose. Like, for instance, when I bring up the kind of Christian value that I'm looking at,
Yes.
clearly I'm far more informed on this than you are.
Okay,
but
then
for
yeah,
some
maybe,
reason, you
maybe.
still question what I said. Like I didn't know what I was talking, but clearly I do. And I'm telling you that this real good, feel good version of Christianity that you ascribe to is total nonsense.
We
And
don't
it
know what I
doesn't
ascribe
exist.
to.
It's what we call headcanon.
Wow. Okay. So here is my worldview on that.
Shut up. That's your worldview.
Is that Jesus had many things. When people talk about being Christ-like, they don't refer to the one time he lost his temper on debt collectors. You're being just as selective as I am being to make a point.
No, I'm not being selective. I'm telling you both things are true at the same time. So it's true that we should be forgiving.
Yes.
And it's true that we should have compassion. But that doesn't mean avoiding.
It didn't avoid.
And which is objective reality and truth. And so we need to point both of these out and understand that the message that we're pointing out is that, yes, you are a sinner. Go and sin no more. Here's the sin that you're doing. But in order to evoke a reaction out of a person so they even recognize what sin they're committing, you have to be very blunt and sometimes provocative. Jesus also did this through the use of parables.
Okay.
That was to be as provocative as he could possibly be for the time frame that he was in.
You clearly weren't here to see how these things are going, because it's been a consensus that the behavior has been pretty wild and tumultuous
Insane.
and not very Christ-like by anyone's selective definition, Andrew. And you don't know my worldview on these things. I'm not a simp. And if you take a browse of me
you
at
just
all,
gave me headcanon, so I do know your worldview. Your worldview is that you don't know the canon that you're espousing. You just
I've never heard of them.
select
I've never heard of
whatever it
Jesus
is
whipping anyone,
the
and you didn't
moment.
give me a good Bible verse to say that he whipped anyone
Cope.
just because he had a whip to chase debt collectors out of the temple.
Cope.
You're being
Jesus
just as
took a whip
selective.
from some
Oh.
ropes and chased them out of the temple with
With a whip. Yeah, he chased them out. He didn't whip people. He wasn't flogging people
What did he have the whip for? So that people could see
to
it? Or
startle them
what do you
out
think
of
he
the
had it
temple
for?
for making a mockery of God's
Right.
house.
So do you think he was prepared to use the whip? Or?
Is there a difference between owning a gun, pointing a gun, and shooting a gun, Andrew? There's
Yeah,
two
but
of
if you-
those
what
are
do you
totally
think the
different.
intent would be if somebody owned a gun and then pointed it at you? Would you assume that the intent was to not use it?
Yes, but I wouldn't say they shot me, would I? You said he whipped
Yeah, I didn't
people.
say. Listen, dude, you're literally
Why are we
parsing
on-
words.
Why
over
are we
nothing.
talking?
This is
You
so
just said
boring.
well, you probably whip people like Jesus would do,
Hey,
which is
Andrew?
so silly. You know,
Andrew,
people-
I think you're being really inappropriate right now because this guy that came in here today is a good guy. He's a nice guy. You're a good guy, right?
but
You're a
even that
nice guy.
seems
He's
condescending.
non-judgmental. Every joke he says is "but which is like a whiplash. You're just here. You're a good guy. You're funny. You're
I'm-
silly. You're fun. Everything's a great time.
This is
right?
what the episode's been.
That kind of girl hates weak guys. She's clowning him hard. This kind of if you want to tame this kind of bitch, you need to be a really strong top level dude. She doesn't respect. She's doing this right now. She's tearing him apart because she knows this guy's a fucking pussy, and I could sense it too. This guy's just a wimp, and she's trolling him. She's clowning him hard.
What he ascribes to is the buddy Christ version of Christianity, which is pure headcanon.
Yes.
It doesn't exist in reality.
All right.
You can like what he
I
likes.
don't. Here's what I'll say to you, Andrew. Fair enough. That's how you've summed me up from our brief thing that we've done here tonight. But you don't know me at all, if that's what you think, and that's fine. Because how could you know me? So it's okay.
Here, let's you guys put away your swords for a second here. Let me move on from the all right, we have Dr. Clockwork. So you've had two sugar daddies that wanted sex. Basically, you just dated two guys and now regret it because you weren't hot enough to make as much as you'd like. BFD, you're smart but narcissistic.
Thank you.
That's it? Any further response, or is that?
No.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Clockwork. Appreciate it, man. We have way off base here. Jesus loves all people, and it is not yours to judge. Judgment and admonishing are different things.
But he owned a whip, Andrew.
Did you
But that is
send her
not
the-
what you're doing. You're still condescending to her.
You texted this under the table. You said, "Did you submit this?" Jesus
Oh,
loves all
no,
people
no, I'm
and
not
is
way
slow
off
to
base.
Texting under the
judge.
table. What?
Way off base. I don't know. It sounded like
What?
something you'd say.
Okay. Here, we got a message here from Puffy Vegas. I'm going to rate the girls on a scale of 1 row 10. Okay, dude. This no BS, all are 7s. Okay.
If these
Well,
bitches are
Andrew, look at
sevens,
the comment
I'm
just
so
now.
happy to be a 7. I like being compared to these pretty people.
Okay.
That's a
Well,
very
here,
sweet comment, Andrew.
we'll
look
go
at that.
around the table on this. What do you rate yourself looks? What do you rate your looks on a scale of 1 to 10? Starting with you, going around the table. Go ahead.
Am I really rating myself?
Yes.
6. max.
Just on looks alone.
Just looks.
Those yellow
just
teeth
looks.
make you a
7.
5,
I'll give it
actually.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't really know. It really is. It changes every day.
Stop it.
I'm sorry.
Get some help.
I'm sorry. Some days look in the mirror and I go, I drink a lot. I'm bloated. I'm a 5. And other days look in the mirror and
Do it.
Shia, get the fuck off.
Can you just answer the question?
Some days I think I'm a 10. Some days I think I'm a 5. Some days I'm a 10.
How about today? How do you feel like today? Saved by the TTS.
Butler donated $200. Watch your mouth when speaking to Andrew Herpes infected comedy boy. I'll reach through that screen and force feed Valtrex down your filthy mouth until shit yourself. Hashtag failed comedian, hashtag herpes.
Wow.
Brutal. And
It's gonna be a
awesome.
kink.
I think
Wait,
you'd
a
find
king?
we're on the same team, Andrew. I don't know if you know me very good. Go ahead.
Well, when you act like we're on the same team, I'm gonna definitely get your back, man.
Okay.
This has been a fun night. Okay. All right.
Can't deny that. It
Oh.
has been fun.
Scale from 1 to 10. Go ahead. Thank you, Jay Butler, by the way. Appreciate it.
I really liked how I looked today. I was very confident.
So today you are
I would say
God, is it
9. I
a
really
10?
liked how I looked in the mirror today.
a 9.
I was a little bit bloated, but yeah.
Wait, why you laughing at that?
She's God. God is
Oh
also-
no, I don't object to you laughing. I'm just curious why you're laughing.
No, because God is a 10, so.
Oh,
I
you're.
just
Oh,
think
it was
it's
to the
funny.
comment.
God's like an
comment, yeah.
LA 100, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
A 7.
7. Okay.
Um,
Into the mic, please.
Sorry. I don't really know.
4.
I guess same thing. Like if
4.
worst day, like a 6. Best day, like a 9. I also have a question. Actually, I forgot. Never mind.
Kiki?
Word.
She thinks she's a 10.
She said
For
7.
sure.
Ew.
Mia, what about you?
I would give myself a 7.
Okay.
I think I'm an 8 for a 40-year-old man.
Yeah, handsome guy.
I'm 6'4".
I
helps.
give myself a 5. Used to be a 6, now I'm a 5.
What
I've
happened?
What
gotten a
went
little
down?
chubby.
You
I've
have.
gotten a little chubby.
You have a little bit. I've been
It's true.
I've been a long time watching.
Yeah, my
this.
face
It's
has
been
gotten a little
bit.
chubbier.
It happens.
Stress.
It's making that
I
money.
stress eat. I don't
Yeah,
drink.
yeah, me too.
I
Though.
don't do drugs. I don't smoke. I tend to. It's a stressful show.
Desserts and stuff.
Well, we saw.
Cookies,
That's a
yeah.
good one.
Oh,
hamburgers,
carbs.
carbs. Yep, that's.
Carbs
Used
are
to
the
be a
enemy.
6. Now I'm a 5. I have a dad bod right now. I'm working on it. Lads.
Fasting.
So. Okay, there you have it, folks.
Does it always go like
I'll save you,
this?
Brian.
What?
Like the whole thing?
No.
Does it ever?
What do you mean, like this?
Like I don't know. It just feels like there's like a lot going on. I don't know. I haven't watched the podcast.
No,
So-
usually there's not. Usually there's not this much
Vitriol.
fuckery.
Usually there's not God in the room either. So.
Yeah,
It's
and
not
then
a what?
and then she's here today. So we're.
Oh, what
Get the
is it?
rocks. Yeah. Abdul. Yeah.
Get the rocks.
Get the rocks. Haram.
Andrew, is it blasphemy for that tattoo she has? Is that
Yes.
blasphemy?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's literally the epitome
Yeah.
of blasphemy. To say I am God is blaspheming the Holy Spirit. It's one of the few things that's an unforgivable sin.
Yeah.
Unforgivable.
I agree.
Yeah, that's the actual only unforgivable sin is blaspheming the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Be still for
Now, still, just so you know, there's still a path to grace here. Okay, I'm just explaining to you that that's the worst of the worst of the worst. That was literally what Satan did. Satan declared he was God.
Damn. Amen.
Good times. All right. That's let me see if I have any other notes here. So we gotta get some is it Maya or Mia?
It's Mia.
Mia. Okay. Let's see. You are an OnlyFans model.
Yeah.
You are single, liberal. Are you did you say you're currently dating multiple partners?
No.
Oh, you said something here about multiple partners.
I said something regarding that I've dated.
Oh, maybe in the past you've had multiple partners. But not currently.
No.
There's no guy in the picture.
Yeah.
No guy in the picture.
I don't.
No.
No, I truly am not.
No guy in the picture.
There's no guy in the picture.
You said there was when we were on the couch. You said for 3 years now.
No.
You did it?
No.
Really?
No.
She's made stuff up before.
Yeah. So I like, don't know.
You were like
Right.
3 years, but I'm private. Okay.
You quoted someone and it just did not happen, and everyone said
Everything
it
that
didn't
you quote is
happen.
really just not real. So I think it's.
Oh,
really
so you
funny.
didn't say that on the couch? Okay, you know what? I may have misquoted.
Were you at the couch too?
And she's not gonna say nothing.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm single. I'm not seeing anybody. I've chosen to kind of keep it this way for the past, I want to say 6-ish months. But yeah.
I don't know what the truth is, what the truth isn't. What I will say to the chat, and not to try to, again, I don't know what the actual truth is here. What I will say is that many times on the show, whether they do OnlyFans, whether they don't, although it happens to be the case that it's more likely if they're female content creators or they do OF or something, it's very often the case that women are not going to reveal if they're in a relationship publicly, because that has a negative impact on their bottom line when it comes to be, whether, even if they don't do any kind of OnlyFans or sex work, it's going to hurt their bottom line, even if they're like just a Twitch streamer, no nudity, content creator, YouTuber, because there is this sort of component of, if a lot of their audience is male, there's this like weird parasocial thing where the men will be more engaged with their content if they think they have a chance with this girl who's single. But obviously if the girl has a boyfriend, it kind of like most guys are going to be like tap out on that. Like, so, and especially the case for OnlyFans girls, like if it 100% hurts a girl's bottom line if she reveals she's in a relationship. So we've had, I don't know the truth of your situation, but we've had multiple girls come on the show, whether they're OnlyFans girls, content creators, who will come on the show, say they're single, and then we saw their boyfriend drop them off, hug, kiss, da-da-da. They tell us after the show, oh yeah, I'm dating, I have a long-term boyfriend for 2 years. So gentlemen, just not directed at her, but any content, any female content creator, you should like take it with a grain of salt if they say they're single, because a lot of these
It
chicks,
is kind of weird that you just said that, because it's exactly what you told me on the couch.
I got.
Why do you
What
keep
is she
bringing
talking
up
about?
what happened on the
I know.
couch?
No, I'm just saying that was, it was almost like were you there?
no, but like this,
That's just like
No,
what
I
you
said, I don't know.
verbatim. And that was just super weird.
I said,
no,
I
but
don't
you keep
know.
trying to attack her, saying that
Attack
she said
who?
her. Who?
I don't know the
You keep
truth.
saying that she kept saying stuff on the couch like she's not talking for herself right now.
Oh,
I can't speak for myself, obviously.
Well, you're not gonna speak
Maybe you
the
should use your hands and cover your
truth.
fucking mouth again, just because clearly you should be stressed and scared.
The truth.
That was a great era when she was like, that was so
It really
good.
should. But as you were saying, Jeff,
It was
Well, I was gonna say like
era.
So
maybe
that's a
maybe
great
people
question
aren't.
there by not more men anymore. When do you think red pill content will transition to results-based behaviors and change instead of calling out shitty women? I think what's happening is the only way you're going to wake a very large change is you have to get the minds of the public. And that's why they're working so hard to shadow ban. They're trying to demonetize. They're trying their hardest. Like the Reddit got rid of the red pill subreddit. But men are waking up. Like that's irrefutable, and you don't go back to sleep. But there's just a ton of simps out there. But even when 40-year-old fucking washed up comedians like this loser are like, red pill adjacent, you can't you can't look at our culture and be like, yeah, everything's a-okay. Like you have to be a complete fucking moron, sub 100 IQ moron, or just completely brainwashed by the leftist ideology. And it's only a matter of time before that leftist ideology forces these people to recognize the truth. Now, some people will be blue pilled till the day they die, and that's okay. But don't sit around and wait for culture to change. You make the change. You turn your life around. That's the fastest thing. Hoping for President Trump to save you or fucking whoever you believe in to save you is not going to work. Make sure you're red pill aware. You identify girls that are whores, bad for you, and keep them away from you. And then women that are good for you, keep them in your life, build yourself up. That's just how you're going to make it happen. But it's permeating into the culture, man. It's permeating into the culture. Look, Twitch is shutting down all operations in South Korea because they've held on to this crazy leftist ideology, and they've been banning people left and right. It's like, no fucking shit. You're going out of business, you dumb fucking morons. You've been banning people liberally since fucking 2017, and now you're running out of a base, and your whole website is just basically softcore porn. And then you're just like wondering why your whole fucking organization. Dr. Disrespect was streamer of the year, and they fucking banned him off the platform. How fucking stupid are these leftist fucking beta male simp, cuck, fucking losers at Twitch. How dumb do you have to be? Pretty fucking dumb, honestly. And they're all in charge. And guess what? You're going to lose your job. You're going to lose your livelihood. And you deserve every fucking dime that fucking is taken away from you because you're a low IQ moron. And a moron's legacy, a moron's destiny is to suffer because that's just what it is. The chickens are coming home to roost on all these people. Look at Destiny. Hey, wish the man no ill will, but guess he's fucking as left as they come. And he's holding on to that whole fucking ideology. And guess what? Now you're paying the price. Now that emotional pain, fucking asking people for drugs and shit on Twitter in a public place. Like, dude, you know, and all his bad habits, using drugs recreationally and stuff, that shit's going to catch up to you. It's going to catch up to you. You can't just play, gamble with your brain and random drugs and hope like everything's going to be okay. It's not.
Good times. What about you?
Actively none.
Also same. Actively none.
Those of you, I feel like those of you who said you're single, when's the last time you spent time one-on-one with a guy who is romantically interested in you and you're romantically interested in him, aka had P in the V sex with?
Okay. Is it starting with
I
me?
guess, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, what was the question? What's your exact question?
When is the last?
Sorry.
I've got to be blunt with it. When is the last time you've had sexual intercourse with a male?
Like a month ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
A few hours
I'm
ago.
not single.
Oh, you have a.
I have a boyfriend.
It's hard for me
I know.
to process that, but okay.
There's
Not.
a man
No,
out there
whoa,
for
wait.
everyone.
You have a
gonna love
boyfriend? Wait,
this.
how long has he been your boyfriend?
Not long.
What's his name?
He just got
First
there.
name?
I won't say. I won't say.
Fake name. Give us a fake name.
Peter.
Yo, I need graveyard emojis, skull emojis in the chat for Peter. RIPs in the chat for
Right.
Peter, bro. RIPs in the chat for
Poor
Peter, bro.
Peter. Peter's having,
He is what
How
he
do
is
you
what
do it?
Peter's having a rough one right now.
Wait,
Sorry, what
Peter's
did you
having a
say?
what?
Peter's having a rough time right now. We got the
Yes.
skull emojis. We got the graveyard in chat. It's pretty bad. For
Spam
Peter.
it, boys. Graveyard emojis, fucking
Run.
skull emojis, RIPs in the chat.
Black
for
Santa for Peter too.
Run.
Black Santa.
Yeah. No. Love you.
Love
Oh, it's too
you.
late on the button. Never mind. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. What was I had something else that I wanted to. Oh, hold on. Oh, yeah, guys, go to twitch.tv/whatever. We got more questions for Mia. Mia?
Either is fine.
Well, which
What's your
one's
name?
I go by Mia, but
No,
a lot
they're
of people
not.
call me Maya.
Maya.
She said Mia like 5 times.
Santa Barbara's a nice place.
I'm
Can you-
challenged. Okay.
You know, guys, you want to hear something terrible? Brian doesn't text me back anymore. I text him, just leaves me on red. Just used me and abused me. Shame on you, Brian. Shame on you. My episode with Bangs put that entire fucking podcast on the global map. And then he invited me back for the whole Endure thing. And I text him, just leaves me on red. So, but he's okay to constantly ask me to get him in good with Fresh and Fit. But then, so just sad for me. Sad. Where's the sad music this week? Yeah.
Why are we still here?
All I do is just give and give and give. I'm a viral content machine,
night.
and people just take advantage of me, leave me down in the dirt, alone by myself. Just me and my $120,000 watch, my $500 shirt, and my empty life. When nobody wants to collaborate with me anymore. What am I gonna fucking do? I'm gonna end it all. I'm gonna take so much pre-workout, my heart stops, and I'm gonna die in a live stream. Somebody feel sorry for me, please. Put LMLD in the chat. Not everything.
Defender.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's crazy girl
Crazy
sex. That's
girl
why
sex
he's doing
was
it.
It's never
Crazy girl
worth it.
sex.
No. It's not worth it.
He'll
Trust
find
me.
that out.
Yeah, that is the perfect
Don't ain't
Alejandro says, go do drugs with Destiny. That is fucking hilarious. Great work, Alejandro.
I hope he's He's watching.
Free Peter. Yo, free Peter in the chat.
Peter Griffin.
Hashtag free Peter in the chat.
Delete that.
Wait, did you get the
said
orange
Peter
one,
Griffin?
Nick?
Can we delete him, please? Delete him.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. We got Twitch here. Let me get. You can hide that. I got to pull up Thelian. Now, I must say, I do love the debates and religious talk, but I do want to know to the women in the red, what is your opinion on the current dating world? Also love the podcast. Hey, thank you, man. The alien, excuse me. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. I mean, I feel like everyone is going into relationship. It's like, what is in it for me type of thing. And then we're just shying away from actually like being a couple. And it's more of
Be right
like
back. I'm gonna start taking
give
your
and take
workout.
type
I
of
can't do
thing.
this for much longer.
Word. It's true. It's true. You know what? I think you're laughing because you know it's true.
No, I think she's
She
enjoying just that everything's about her. So
Yeah.
even
Oh.
if it's a negative thing
Yeah.
about
Oh,
her,
I
she's
see.
getting so much delight out of it.
It's the narcissism.
Oh, that's a fair point. That's a very good assessment.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like I don't even care if you say bad things about me as long as it's about me. So it's a lot of
1000%.
that.
Yeah, 1000%.
How does it actually wait? No, you're not a refugee from Ukraine. So I was about to, for some reason, go into the whole Ukraine thing.
Oh no. My entire family is. My entire
Well,
family
not
is.
when I say not a refugee, I mean a refugee of the current ongoing conflict in Ukraine.
No, so I'm the only one in my entire family on both sides that's in America besides my mother. So all
Oh,
my
okay.
family is still in Ukraine. My babulia Masha, babulia Dadulia, like they're all like still in there because they don't give a fuck. They're like, if we get bombed, we
Okay.
get bombed. And the rest are in Ireland and Montreal, Canada. As
Even the men
refugees.
or just the women?
The men and the women, yeah. None of them are in fighting in the war or anything. No.
Well, you said the rest of them are in Ireland. And
Ireland, yeah,
Montreal?
Ireland and Montreal, Canada. Those are the two
women?
biggest refugee. No, just all my family, like my mother's and father's side.
Pretty sure men aren't able to leave Ukraine.
My father did. My father did.
Oh, maybe
with
got
his,
out somehow. I don't know.
I don't.
Anyways, I'm not
hey,
trying to get
he-
into the fucking.
He is black. He
Politics.
is very
Into
black
that.
market, but no, he's in Montreal right now with his family.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about. Let's go around the table. What's fuck it. Normally I do like a little prompt before this, but let's just ask. What's everybody's body count? Starting with you. Go ahead.
I don't count that. I think it's immature.
Oh, so well, okay, fine. I will do a prompt. Do you object to men caring about a woman's body count? Do you think it's
Yes.
immature?
Yes.
You do object?
I object with everyone thinking that a body count is necessary.
Do you think body
What-
count does
What do
matter?
you mean necessary?
I just think it's immature.
I mean, okay. We'll come back to that, but let's go around
Go
the
ahead.
table, get everybody's answer. What about you? Do you,
Bo-
do you object to men caring about a woman's body count?
no, they should. They absolutely should care
Oh.
about a woman's body count.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right, I'm back.
What about you?
I'm back to
Yeah,
destroying my
it
brain.
does matter. And mine is 12.
Oh, okay. There you go. 12. Okay.
Those titties are great.
I won't answer the number part, but I think that where like I don't think it does matter in a way where it's like because it matters to other people, it matters to me. You know, but I
Okay.
don't personally think there's anything wrong either way. But I know there are statistics that show like people have different ability to be in long-term relationships and that's correlated to their body count and that's true, you know, but
Yeah.
that's also a statistic and it's not a person.
Shut up.
Kiki? Okay.
My body count is 10, and in
Oh.
addition to that, I don't necessarily think it's the most important thing to like regard and everything, but I do think having an open conversation once in a while is fine, especially in a real relationship as opposed to a hookup.
Sure. Okay.
I get why people care.
Do you not care? Like, do you not care
no,
about a girl's
I
body
would
count?
like to say like, oh, it's immature. I don't think it's necessary. But my real, if I'm just honest with myself, like I just don't want to know. Because
You don't
it's
wanna know.
yeah, because I will judge it if I know it.
Head in the sand, ostrich, beta male.
I mean,
But
that's a fair
I just
point.
clearly do not want to
But
know.
wouldn't you rather
Oh,
take the
Uh-oh.
red pill
Oh my
and
God.
know the truth because
Yeah.
it's
I
like that?
know.
That's
But that's where jealousy
knowing can be
comes in,
troublesome, you know, because people do change and people
give me
are-
the truth. I think give me the truth.
I know. Well, for most things I do. Most things I want the truth. I
Yeah.
need the truth. I'm a big truth guy. I think for body counts, because one, I've been very reckless in my young life with it, and I spent a lot of my life being an alcoholic. So my body count is very high that I'm not proud of in hindsight.
No way.
And then also the people, I know that I might hypocritically put my judgments on the girl, so I just can't hear it. I can't hear it because I will judge it. So it's better to just not know for me personally.
Dude, I just want to let you know that is simp-like behavior.
There it is.
It's really not. It's just
There it
maturity.
is.
It's really simp-like behavior.
Whenever
to
you
say,
respect a woman, they
I'm
say it's
afraid
a
that I will be judged, or in your particular case, you're saying, I don't want to know, because if I do know, I might take a negative outlook, right? But
Yes.
that's the whole point, is
Yes.
we want you to take a negative outlook based on that. And the fact that you don't is one of the big problems that we're having in society. That's the point.
Blue pill.
Yeah. What problems? Because I think that body count is also not indicative of a person at all, because sometimes things
all.
happen.
Well, let me explain why
I can't
it's a problem.
change
What?
To answer,
Something's
to answer
happened. Yeah, I slipped and fell on that dick. I was just in the kitchen, and then I slipped. My vagina was open, and I fell on that dick.
kind of operate unfettered.
What?
Okay, so what happens by men not producing judgment on women who are very loose women or have sex with many partners under the guise of I
What
don't
is
want to
loose?
know, it actually encourages women to do this behavior because they feel like there'll be no societal or social repercussions. That's the problem.
I don't think that everyone should just like have sex all the time with whoever all the time. Like, I think that can be dangerous for a person. But also, I think it needs to be considered that
That
it's
has
not
nothing to do with what I just said. Can you answer to what I just said?
what
What I was
So
going,
what I said specifically is that the reason this is such a problem is because if you don't use the shame tactic for women in society for being highly promiscuous, then what ends up happening is it creates an open license for them to be highly promiscuous, because the way that they operate in society is based heavily around judgment. So women tend to trend towards what society judges as being appropriate or inappropriate. So if they think this is appropriate and there's no repercussions, they'll do it. And that's exactly the
I
trend
don't
we
think
see
it's
right now. Can you
appropriate.
answer to that?
1000%, Peter.
Jesus Christ, this guy's
where
got a
we
hard
disagree
line.
I don't
is
think it's
that
appropriate,
there's
bro.
a difference
Jesus.
That is
between-
vaginal wording, bro. Men don't say that's not appropriate. That's bro. This is that's inappropriate. This guy fucking would. That guy probably cried when he was picked last in kickball.
not everyone gets to choose their body count.
Yes,
True.
you do.
What?
It
What
means
in the
people
world
get-
does that mean?
I know what
I
you're
wasn't gonna
saying.
say it,
I know what you're saying.
I don't.
The reality is, though,
You do.
women who have high body counts, it's not typically because the hundreds, say a girl's been with 100 men.
Okay.
Her body count's 100. What percentage would you attribute that to? And I know what you're getting at, to SA.
It's not even
One?
What a fat
maybe?
dumb idiot.
that. But
Also, I
there's
don't think you would
also-
count that as a body, to be
I don't think
honest.
so either.
I don't
that's
even
not-
think that that's where she was going.
Also, when it comes to body count, let's just even remove that off the table. Consensual body count. Let's say that.
There's like a kind of a line though, because like while men want to judge a body count, they're also going to be really quick to try to get any women in their vicinity to hook up with them. And like if a woman says no the first time and then like gets pressured a little bit and a little bit more, that happens with most.
Oh, I
Men I
see.
talked
So
to.
women don't have agency. I got it.
That's
Yeah.
not true.
It's not
Yeah.
about like actually being like held down. Like it's you just are
So you don't have the
manipulated.
agency to say no.
kind of, yeah.
Oh my
That's
god.
ridiculous. Why
What a
don't you
dumb
have the
bitch.
agency to say no?
I think that as a society
get
we
violent.
have a kind of culture where
I-
like I know bad things. Like I have there's bad outcomes when you do that, and like society has like literally conditioned women to be more okay and more susceptible to that.
So this is
Huh?
perfect. So this leads right into my point, which is that if we as a society use shame tactics or open tactics for what we want to see as the outcome in society, then you're actually making my point for me, which is that you feel like society rewards these high pressure tactics. And what I'm saying is that
Whoa, STV 2000. She has the right to vote. She does, bro. Here's America's theme song right here.
particular way, both sides win, right? So the whole goal is to bring down promiscuity.
I think that the focus should be shifted a little bit, not towards the people that fall victim to
That are
towards this.
responsible, the people that are responsible.
Men and women.
Both parties are responsible is the thing.
No, not
A
really.
man is
because
responsible
women,
for
they're
his
not,
body
They're
count.
not. Hang on. Let me just correct this, and then I'll let you speak. They're not responsible. Women are the gatekeepers of sex, not men. Women are the gatekeepers of sex. They've always been the gatekeepers of sex, and they always will. Most men were not even able to procreate historically. Only a small percentage of them were, because women are the gatekeepers of sex. So no, both parties are not responsible. One party is really responsible.
Well, what you're saying is I need to have an ability to say no to someone.
Yes.
A guy in my same position, he's saying yes. Why is
So,
no one talking about him
what does
saying
that have
yes?
to do with
He's saying
you
yes,
saying
yes,
no?
yes
Stop
every single time.
using
So
using the female martial art. What about the Mendo? And instead use your own form of argumentation and say this is a bad behavior in women without sourcing. What about men?
What's
But
your body
can I-
count?
Take
behavior in women for
responsibility.
men.
But can I give the
What's your body count?
can I
Mine?
just
Yeah.
Let's say it was 4 million. What would that have to do with my point?
That's
Exactly.
like dangerous and like that. I don't
Uh,
think that's okay. Like I don't think that's good for you. Like I think
Well, you
that
just got done saying nobody even has responsibility for it. It's not even a big deal. Now it's not okay if mine's 4 million.
no, I'm saying that like it does matter. I'm saying that I agree with you that no one should be as promiscuous as they want. But I'm just saying when it's at 4 million, it's kind
Yeah.
of
He was being facetious.
I
and-
know.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a
But if it's
point
at
to you,
100,
which is
if it's
that
at 100,
regardless of how high
Don't
it
be
is, nowhere near as
condescending.
high as yours, but regardless of how high it is, it wouldn't really matter to the point. The point is that women are the gatekeeper of sex, and simps who say, I don't care about how many sexual partners you've had,
No, I said I don't
actually
want to know.
add to the problem
Jesus.
of promiscuity in society. That's it. So what I'm saying is that these things follow each other.
I was saying I don't want to know. I just don't want to know.
Blue
That's
pill.
all.
Yeah, no, but we need you
But-
to say you do want to know, because
Yeah.
that's part of the problem that you don't.
Simp.
I
That's
don't
the
want to
point.
know.
but
Simp.
also to her point,
That's my
like
take.
if take the scenario of like earlier you guys said
Scenarity.
women, right? Like
Yes.
physically.
I just want to pull up this chick's Instagram here in a second, but shout out because this is also a false advertisement. I'd fucking blow my brains out if I had to meet her in real life. Tyler Rubel, 999 super chat. Brian and Blue Pill Joe are both beta. I wouldn't expect ectopic from the dude. Oh, I wouldn't expect much from dudes from California. Well, yeah, you know. I mean, I don't have any problem with Brian. I just wish he would be a man and text me back.
It's scary to say no because a man can literally take over you and be like, I'm gonna do this anyway.
Can I respond to that? Can I
That's
just ask a
okay.
quick
So
question?
Wait, let's
hang on.
let's
I
let
gotta,
Andrew go.
I gotta ask this real quick.
Go ahead.
What you're actually saying there is the reason that you say yes to a man
Bro.
being persistent about sex is because you're
Sorry.
afraid that he's going to SA you.
So, okay, I just need to, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I need to present to you another horrible crime of catfishing. Oh, Father God, forgive me for this. Okay. So first of all, I'd like to bring to the attention of the court this mutilated freak that the Lord loves, probably. This is what she looks like in real life. Teeth are pretty yellow. It's all good. Nobody has perfect veneers like me. Let's go. And I'm pretty sure this is her Instagram. Okay. That is probably worse catfish than the other girl. Because I'm kind of into like gothic chicks too, because they like to be, you know. Come on, look at her. Look at this woman of God. Like she likes to rough in the bedroom. Yikes, bro. This is like, you are yikes. Like this and this. Are you like, I would be so disappointed at her and all her freak friends if I swiped on that, because I'm not gonna lie, I think goth girl's kind of hot. It's my little thing. But that and this is like 9 out of 10. Sexy, goth, hot body. This is like the fucking edgy girl that works at fucking Hot Topic. Yikes. Morgan Jones says, isn't much different. No, you don't understand men and our way of viewing things, my love. Sorry. That is a massive, massive, massive difference. Yikes, bro. Yikes.net, yikes.org, yikes.edu. Holy, I can't even believe.
Sometimes, yes.
Look at this.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous.
Why?
Clearly,
It's
well,
not
because
ridiculous.
clearly.
Radical feminism. I think Camille Paglia.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this hunched over creature of the night. Look at this sex vixen. Are you kidding me? Like, are you absolutely kidding me? This and this. Don't sweat them, bros. I'm telling you, it's always in your best interest to assume down with women than to assume up. You're gonna have trouble if you assume up.
So that's
You
preventable.
can 1000%. You don't wear your nicest mink coat in the ghettos because you know for a fact there's a chance of you getting robbed. You don't display yourself in a place where you know that men that are under the influence will take advantage of you. You can 100% say no. Take responsibility for yourself.
Okay, so if I want to go to a bar in sweats and a hoodie and I go to a bar just to have fun with my girlfriends, I'm allowing men to take advantage of me?
No.
That's what you just said.
No, I'm saying that
It
it's
really
completely
is.
preventable.
I think the problem that she made with her point, which unfortunately, because
There's a
people
lot of
become very pedantic and they don't go to the point that's being made, they go to the pedantry around it. So let's not just say, we won't say all then, we'll just not as a monolith. Not every one of them's preventable. Right? But what she's saying is, the heart of what she's saying is that most of this is preventable by using common sense. Wouldn't that be a more accurate way of putting that?
Yeah,
Sure.
thank you. That's what I'm saying.
And two things can be
I think
true
it's
at
very
once.
easy to say there's no such thing as there's no absolute truth to anything. There is always an outlier. Yes. So you going to a bar and hanging out with your friends in sweats, I highly doubt a man's going to look at you and want to drug you, but
Okay.
they may. And they may look at you and they may drug you. And that is one of those circumstances that you cannot prevent at all. There is a smart way of handling your drink and being conscious of your environment. But
Based
yes,
in
the vast
narcissist.
majority of sexual assault is 100% preventable.
Okay, period.
Period.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andrew.
I actually agree with what you say. You shouldn't put yourself in the situations, but to like circle back right to the beginning, you gave a lot of excuses for like, she's 19, she's 19, she's
Yeah,
19.
idiot.
Well, so think about it. When you were
Idiot is
19,
crazy.
you go to house parties, you do these dumb, stupid things.
Yeah.
You get fake IDs, you go to bars, and it's easy to be an Andrew or myself and say like, well, looking back, I was that guy who was a drunk
Yeah.
asshole idiot pressuring girls. Like, come on, just touch it. I've been that guy. And that's what I was trying to say with my answer about body counts, Andrew, is that I'm not simping.
Yes, you
just
are.
saying that I'm a little realistic of how young people behave and how
Simping.
I used to behave and how these things are. You can have a perspective of that. Do I think we should
Well,
shame
can I
them?
explain why I think it's simping?
Yeah, you can in a second. You can in a second.
You're always
Yeah. Let
going
me
there,
finish. Or sorry, I didn't mean like let me finish. I just meant let me finish.
No,
and then,
you're
yes,
you're fine.
response.
I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to give you an explanation when you're ready.
Right. Now, I'm trying to be realistic that I was definitely part of that problem while also having some grace of my past self of being like, when you're young, you don't care.
You don't.
A lot of these conversations young people don't even care about. They're like, why are they talking about this? You're just young. You just do young, stupid people shit. And now that I'm my age, I go, yeah, your future self's going to be pretty upset that you did OnlyFans. Your future self is going to be very upset that you made the decisions you made with boyfriends and girlfriends and parties and things like that. It's easy for 40-year-old Jeff to sit here. The people that vote no on abortion generally are married, nice people who believe that they're babies. They're not thinking about when they were 18 and they just wanted to fuck their girlfriend. So with all my answers, I'm simply just trying to have some grace about how young people think about things.
Well, reason that this
Thank
is
you, Doc.
so.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Andrew.
The reason this is such simp-like behavior,
Okay.
because what's really going on is you're demonstrating that there could be a standard for you, and the standard for you is like when you're young and you're crazy, you had a lot of sex and you were promiscuous and this type of thing, right? Okay, and so you apply that to
And I'm ashamed of it.
women as well, and so you say, well, if that was true of me, then it would be hypocritical for me to say to women, hey, you had a lot of sex and this type of thing when you were younger too. But it's not actually a hypocrisy because men and women value different things in each other. Men value chastity of women, and women don't really value the chastity of men.
Right.
And so what ends up happening is you really push in and you create kind of a problem when you say that we're interchangeable widgets this way. We're really not. And that's what makes it simp-like behavior.
Okay. Well, I don't like the term simp-like behavior, but your
Simp.
Your explanation is. I agree with your explanation. The title is
But-
pretty fucking immature.
Simp.
Simp-like behavior.
Well, I mean, I think it just.
I'll be
it
mature.
captures
Put that in one of
something
your
that
books.
people-
Simp-like behavior.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I think it just kind of captures a thing which most people can grasp. And so if you're a skilled debater, one of the things that you want to do is bring the idea to the level that people can understand it the best way possible. When I say simp, nobody's confused by what that means. And when I say simp-like behavior, it means behavior which leads to men simping.
Thank you.
Word?
That was really good, Andrew.
Based.
Wasn't.
Word.
And you would be very fun at dinner parties.
That was really good, Andrew.
I think you
Based.
and Andrea should get married.
I don't think Andrew would like you at all. I think that you are really far off on that.
I like him. He doesn't have to like me, but I like him.
Andrew, what do you think of her?
I don't like her a bit. I think she's completely disingenuous. And I think that the entirety of this conversation, she's taken whichever side she thinks will get her the most amount of attention.
Andrew.
And right now she feels like she's on the winning side, which is, of course, me because I'm awesome. And
I
so she's
do.
simping as well.
Yeah, I think so. I agree.
Okay.
Somebody sent me an Instagram DM that it's a story you took, perhaps even today, and there were a lot of pill bottles behind you. Are you currently on any medications?
Yeah, no, I'm on one. I'm on an SSRI. It's really funny, isn't it? You
It
look
is.
like you would be on SSRI.
Do
So it's
I?
funny that you're
What
like
is that?
laughing.
Bro,
It's
this
like,
girl
what
wants
is
the
that?
smoke from fucking
Dude.
everybody.
No. So I'm on paroxetine. I'm on Paxil. I've been on it since I was 18
What's
years
that?
old.
That's an
It's an
SSRI.
SSRI.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm on 40 milligrams. And then in terms of other medication, I suffer from really severe migraines
Oh,
as
sorry
of
to
the
hear.
last few months. Yeah, it's
Sorry
been
to
really
hear.
bad. I've been in headache clinics. I had a CT scan. So I'm on medications for my
Have you ever met a
migraines.
male that behaves like her?
I actually hate to say this, but there are certain drugs which I believe are classified as SSRIs, which do help with migraines. I hate to come in and actually defend, but that is true.
Why can't you just
Oh, we believe you. We believe her too. We think she is on a lot of pills.
Yeah.
What I
am.
was saying is, if any man behaved the way she does, there would be already a fist fight between these two, definitely these two, and occasionally these two. Like if I ever said like the laughing during a vulnerable story or the you look like this or I mean this was
It's
pretty
literally the
pretty
only table,
aggressive.
like stopping me. It's only the table.
Really? All right.
Wait,
know.
from what? From who you want to beef with her?
Yeah.
Me?
Why? Why do you,
She didn't do anything to me, but she's
Oh.
like hella disrespectful.
oh, so you want to smack her is what you're saying?
I told you.
Wait, show of hands. Show of hands. Who at the table, show of hands,
Immediately.
want to, what's your name again? Velv?
Bell.
That's your name?
That's a
Yeah.
fake name.
That's
Who at the
Is
who
it
at the
real?
table wants to is inclined
Have
to
sex?
No,
Oh yeah.
Beat
Strangle.
my ass.
smack
Yeah, yeah.
smack.
I think she could use some
I
humble
don't
pie
hit
for
women,
sure.
so I'm not raising my hand here, but y'all are women. Are you you guys
I
trying
mean,
to
I would if it
you
didn't have
feel like you
consequences.
want to.
Like
You want to smack
yeah.
I
her
would
I've never
in the
hit
face.
I
someone.
don't try
but if
to
it was
beat
someone-
cops either, so I wouldn't just put a hand on her. But she
Yeah.
obviously would deserve one.
What about you? Was that a hand raise?
No, I'm just.
She
No.
won't do it
Things
because
I
she's right
want
next
to
to
do
her.
and things I actually do
Conversation.
are two different things.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to have a
The
conversation.
one thing I did want to
Time.
say is like if you guys
Stop
didn't all
what?
acknowledge,
Show those
obviously you guys
eyes.
were listening to her story, but I'm not saying that it's untrue at all. You came from Ukraine. You said that your family's out there or they're abroad, and
Yeah.
instead of making commentary or fighting with you and like, oh, that's so funny, bingo, your family's not around or whatever I could have said. to literally repeat what you did to me.
Like you're just trying to make yourself sound better than all of us
yeah,
instead of actually having a conversation.
Exactly, but something that I could have done.
I
that you
don't
did
think
She's
I'm better than any of you guys.
You literally have a tattoo that says "I am God." So
Yeah.
clearly you do.
But
Yeah, Belv.
something that
God
you
works
did
up
unto
there.
me, I did not do unto you. If anything, if you guys had even looked at me for a moment during that time that you were sharing that vulnerability, because I think it's vulnerable, I was very empathetic, and it actually broke my heart to hear that because
Shut up.
okay, regardless, I felt sorry because hearing that isn't fun. And I didn't have any need to be an asshole and say, bingo, or there you go, or fuck you
Facts.
too, or
Like
this
you
is what you
did to her.
deserve. And I wouldn't do that. And that's what you did.
Well,
to me.
I would have made a really good timing, and you would have been correct.
Okay, this isn't about timing. This is about having a
This
conversation
isn't
like a
about
fucking
being
adult.
funny. This is just having a real
Yeah,
conversation.
and that would all have
listening.
made sense if she had said that.
This chick is
It
so
was like
ugly.
funny for a little bit, and like now it's just like
Her.
Yeah, that's how I felt when you were talking for the first hour.
I,
You wanna
it was
clap
like
back?
stop asking me questions.
I was like, ugh, you want to keep asking?
And then I was like, okay, my turn's done, and then I chilled out.
Yeah.
This
And then
is
you
mad.
cried.
This
Your turn
circled
might be
back to
done.
me enjoying it again.
Oh wait, I have something for this. Hold on. Shit's true, bro. What the fuck?
Why would I be friends with her?
Y'all want? Jeez, y'all. I mean, it's mostly you, to be honest. I mean, it's mostly been you. You just. I wonder if even the pink girl shirt she left because of you could have been.
Didn't you leave during her little spiel? That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
she said.
wow.
Yeah.
I put fully the blame on you for pink shirt girl.
I don't think I was talking in that time.
Oh yeah, you girl.
There
you
was
were.
definitely you definitely. were.
A lot of things. A little.
For men, Andrew, do you have anything for this?
Oh, her.
Girl's Instagram again, because like I don't know if y'all
only
noticed.
8
Yeah, I
pictures.
noticed.
I don't know if y'all noticed, but have you ever seen someone in person and seen their
Oh, yeah.
Instagram
Yeah.
and been like, you don't look
No, don't. Come
like
on.
how you look? Like the
First
bottom
one,
one,
yeah, come on,
the
she doesn't
bottom,
look like that.
Hey.
the
I
bottom,
agree.
bottom,
Hey.
bottom.
Yeah, this is false advertising.
Can you
Hey.
no, can you show
Good.
it? Can you show it? Click
guys.
that one. Yeah, that one. Wait, other side. Hello.
I think she kind of looks like that.
So-
I don't know.
No.
Other side.
She's pretty
Yep,
in real life
that's fine.
and on
She added
Instagram, but
makeup.
this is not what she looks like.
I mean, I think
The,
there's definitely, like,
X
facial
out.
involved,
X
but
out.
She does look like that.
She does look like
Like
that,
I
but it
would
looks
see
like
her
she
in
has that
person and be like,
filter
"You're
on.
a
I
completely
don't-
different person."
The pinned one, the very top, at the very top.
I think that looks like her.
That looks like her.
That looked like her.
That looks like her.
I don't think so.
God,
Maybe
women
with
are
some
just
editing.
so
I
full of
yes,
shit.
the face has face up, and that's fine.
Yep.
It's smooth, but I think that's her body.
Yeah,
pretty
she's
much.
just smooth.
X out of that. X out of that. And then the one below.
All right, guys. I got to go to the gym and get on with my day. It's 2:30 in the afternoon here in Tokyo. But listen, thank you for joining me on this Sunday night. We are going to wrap up this episode of the Whatever Broadcast. I took my pre-workout, so I got to go. But listen, don't forget, we got the big thing coming down on December 28th with Body Language Mastery 4.0. If you're not on the waiting list, get on the waiting list. Scan the QR code in the upper right-hand corner. Go to masculineempowermentnetwork.com. Get on it today, and we'll catch you on the flip side.